Let me ask you something. And don't just nod your head, don't give me that polite, half-listening kind of attention. I want you to feel this. You ever stood in front of a mirror, not to fix your hair or brush your teeth, but to really look? I'm talking about seeing yourself. Not your face. Not the outfit. Not the morning eye crust you pretend ain't there. I'm talking about the person behind the eyes. Because let me tell you something right now, the mirror don't lie. You can post your highlight reel on social media, crop the mess out the background, slap on filters until you look like a Pixar character, but that mirror? That mirror's old school. It ain't impressed by your Instagram. It's raw. It's honest. It knows the truth you try to bury under cologne and a smile. And that's where we're gonna start. Right there. With truth. See, too many of us spend our lives dodging ourselves. We dodge accountability like it's a dodgeball tournament, and we're still stuck in third grade. We scroll through everyone else's lives, judging and comparing, while ignoring the realest feedback we could ever get, our own reflection. Some of you treat your flaws like that messy drawer in the kitchen. You know it's there, you know it's a disaster, but you just keep slamming it shut every time it pops open. Don't be like that. Don't treat your character like clutter. Take that drawer out, dump it on the floor, sort through it, face the chaos. You've got to stop acting like your weaknesses are shameful. They're not. They're chapters in your story. They're stretch marks from the growth you've already survived. And while we're on the subject, let's stop pretending you ain't got any strengths. You do. Maybe you can make people laugh at the worst times. Maybe you got a knack for keeping it cool when everyone else is losing their minds. Maybe you're the one who always shows up even when you don't feel like it. That's not nothing. That's everything. Strength doesn't always show up like a Marvel superhero. Sometimes it shows up like a mom holding it down with 2 jobs and still making it to the parent-teacher conference. Sometimes it's a dude working the late shift and still finding time to call his grandma. Sometimes it's just choosing to get out of bed when the weight on your chest feels like concrete. Own that. Don't downplay it. You were built for greatness. You just forgot where you left it. Now, I ain't saying self-reflection's always glamorous. Nah. Sometimes it's straight up hilarious. Like when you realize you've been mad at your friend for 3 days, and it turns out they were right the whole time. Oof. That's a humbling kind of comedy. Or when you catch yourself talking big about discipline with a mouth full of donuts. Yeah, I've been there. One hand pointing to the vision board, the other buried in a family-sized bag of chips. Self-honesty has a way of putting us in check, but it also frees us. It lets us laugh at ourselves, and that's one of the healthiest things we can do. Don't take yourself so seriously that you can't admit when you've been a little ridiculous. That's part of the process. Now let's talk flaws. Not the kind you list in job interviews like, "I'm just too dedicated." I mean the real ones, the messy ones, the ones that keep you up at night. That temper you're working on? That's a fuse that's seen too many matches, but it's also proof you feel deeply. That fear of failure? That's your brain reminding you that you care. That insecurity? That's just the echo of a voice that told you once, long ago, that you weren't enough and it lied. Your flaws ain't your enemies. They're your teachers. They've been sharpening you from the jump. Every mistake, every misstep, every oops and oh no has been building you into someone tougher, wiser, more human. Don't hide from that. Don't run from it. Stand in the mirror and say, "Yup, that's me, and I'm working on it." You want to grow? Start by defining your why. What do you stand for when no one's looking? What do you believe in when the spotlight's off? The mirror ain't just for checking yourself, it's for challenging yourself. Ask the hard questions. What do I want? What am I willing to sacrifice for it? Am I living in alignment with the person I say I want to be? Too many people want the glory without the grind. They want the transformation without the truth. But you can't Photoshop your soul. You gotta do the work. And it starts every morning, face to face, with that mirror. Maybe you've messed up. Maybe you've made decisions you regret. Join the club. We've all got receipts we wish we could return. But hear me loud. Your past doesn't disqualify you. It prepares you. A fall isn't failure, it's tuition. You paid for that lesson, so learn from it.